If Cerularius had bowed before St. Peter's ring, lightning would not have split the Eastern Cross. The seamless tunic of our Lord would be intact, and on his head a crown of upright golden thorns. If King Henry VIII had begot a male here, the English lands would still be Catholic today. If Luther hadn't lost his mind over his whims, the German lands would still be Catholic today. If Calvin hadn't rose above St. Peter's throne, the hinterlands of Ulster would have been spared his ulcer, and Ireland would still be Catholic today. And France would have been saved from shedding its own blood, and faith unscarred by fire and by sword. The lily would be strong under a single crown, and if the West had not rejected life unborn, the churches would be full of youthful peace and cheer. Abundant families would stand firm in better health, and graveyards would not fill with desecrated lambs. The wrath of God, allayed by his own mercy's hand, of broken ghettos would the patchwork sever more, and nothing would have hardened Ishmael. But Abraham's firstborn has left his desert throne, questing to quench the blade that curves the crescent moon. It screeches in its thirst for scepters and for blood, throbbing as it pays heed to words it cannot bear. The leaves must fall, you say. Renewal is a law to which the universe concedes its humble course. But men, oh Lord, but men, with failing hearts and fears, spit on the ones who bless, and bless the ones who spit. Say not the end is near, the birth pangs have not stopped, the bride in labor still has yet more life to give. When roses will have grown among the desert groves, and sinless fire burnt the chaff out of the wheat, then we shall gaze again on virginal delights, with hearts as pure and true, as poor and crude is peat.